Hey guys, this is Sharad with REsimpli, bringing you a very special guest on this call, Desiree Day, to share her experience using REsimpli. Desiree, welcome to the call. Thank you so much for your time, first of all.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you live? What kind of investing do you do? And how long have you been investing for?
So I live in Middle Tennessee, in Columbia, and it's about an hour south of Nashville. And we're fairly new in real estate, my husband and I, doing real estate investing, working towards having like a rental portfolio down the line, and maybe doing some rehabbing, and then using wholesaling as a tool and part of the mix, but not exclusively. And we've been doing that almost a year,
Okay.
but had a good quick start, and then of course the market, and so we still feel like we just started, and then the market kind of crashed, so to speak. So we we've been kind of in a lull a little bit for a while, but now we're starting to try to get rev back up, and just kind of watching what the market does. And
Right. Yeah, it's a
yeah,
very interesting market right now. I do agree with you on that.
yes,
So you live in Middle Tennessee. Is that where you invest also in state, in your local market?
that is where we primarily are. Yes,
Okay.
that's what we primarily do.
And is your team size just you and your husband, you said, or do you have other team members?
For our legal business, it's my husband and I, but we partner with so many people. We partner with other people's businesses also.
Got it. And do you mind sharing, you've been only investing for a year. How many deals have you done in that last 12 months?
We have done 3 deals, and they were within a 2-month period. And then
Wow.
we didn't do any deals for a long time. But we also, like I said, we were new, and it
Right.
was like all these major changes happened right when we were
Yeah.
learning. Like no more texting, no more this,
Yeah.
no more. And
Yeah.
so,
You're so right. Yeah. But you
so
should still be so proud of, like, you're already way ahead of like 95 to 97% of the investors ever out there. So doing 3 deals in the first 12 months, that's absolutely incredible.
oh, thank
So
you.
you started right at the time as the texting is getting more difficult, or it's basically you can't like cold text anymore. Cold calling is also becoming difficult. So what are the marketing channels you're using in your business right now?
Right now, we had kind of had to pull back a lot and reevaluate because we thought it was going in one direction. And of course, then they took all these things away. Like our first deals we got through text messaging and things. And
Yeah.
so we're like, well, what do we do now? Because that was like a really good momentum. And so now we really like personal. It's not automated, but it feels right for us, and it's what worked also. So we do a lot of letter writing, both handwriting and where we just print them and sign them personally. We do that. We just like the personal touch, and
Yeah.
we're mostly local anyway. So
Yeah.
we are not trying to have an enormous business right now. It was always more like a part-time supplementing. So
No, I think, and I believe direct mail is the best marketing channel for someone starting out and even as they're scaling their business. Like direct mail tends to be one investing marketing strategy that we notice consistently all investors are using, whether it's their primary or not, but they have some piece of direct mail in their business. So yeah, I think you're going about it the right way. Have you been using ReSimpli since the beginning?
no. So am I allowed to name things that
Yeah,
we've used? Okay.
that's okay.
So being brand new and not even knowing that this was a thing out there and going through a crash course and all of that, everything being new, we just started with Google Voice and was doing really good because basically a stay-at-home mom, I homeschool, and so it's loud here a lot. Can't really do a lot of calls, like all day or anything. But I could text, and but then Google Voice shut my texting off.
Hmm.
So I didn't know that was a possibility. So that kind of
Yeah.
messed with my momentum because I thought, okay, I can do this. That kind of messed with me there. And then just through kind of grassroots kinds of things like writing letters and things like that, and lots of following up, we got those first few deals and partnering with some other local investors. And then I ended up with some really like this chunk of 400 really good leads that one of our partners kind of let me in on that was in my market. And I'm like, oh, wow, I don't have any way to organize this. Like, this is a nightmare in Excel. You know, I didn't have any way to sort it. I didn't have any way to, it was just too
Filter or
much.
do anything.
Yeah, too much to keep up with it. So I'm trying to remember. I feel like that was in maybe November or something like that. And so I think around there, so that was the same partner. I finally was kind of like, I tried all these trials and it was such a nightmare of like, you have to have a dialer and this one connects with this CRM, but not this one. And then you need Zapier. And then I'm like, the dollars are racking up and all of that kind of thing. And then all these different softwares you have to learn. And I don't have unlimited hours to do all this. So then I asked my partner, what is he using? And of course, his business is like astronomically way bigger than ours. So I never thought to ask him, like, what is he using? But he told me about REsimpli. So they actually referred
Awesome.
me to that. Yeah.
How much money did you say you saved from canceling all the other subscription and then switching to ReSimpli?
Well, I mean, call tools alone, which was a nightmare. That one was almost the same price as when I paid
Yeah.
for REsimpli. Then that wasn't even a CRM. So,
Yep.
and I would have had to use Zapier. Not to mention the time thing was really a problem for me. Like trying to go to school basically to learn each of these softwares was an absolute nightmare. And I'm stilllearning about investing, you
Yeah.
know? So it really threw me off. Like it's messed up with my momentum a lot. I spent
Right.
months trying to learn this stuff, and I really just want to focus on like talking to people, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you make money doing deals, not integrating software. And that was
Yes.
the pain point we were looking to solve from the
Yeah.
beginning is just have one software that you just go in and do everything you need to do with your business.
Right.
And since you've been with us since November, how was your onboarding experience and what do you feel about the customer support that we have?
Well, I know there's no perfect, I really liked when I was able to do Zoom meetings because there's just these little nuances in your business or your experience. The trainings and stuff isn't gonna, they can't answer those
Absolutely.
questions. I do wish it was live like this. I mean, it was live, but like the camera was off. So that
Yeah.
felt a little not as personal, but I heard the voice and I got their undivided time. And so that was very helpful. Sometimes when I needed to schedule another one, it was like 2 weeks out. So I was like, forget
Yeah.
it. But most of the
Now,
time,
now we
I was like,
offer real-time Zoom calls. You can go into the help center and then just click a button and it's a real time. You don't have to schedule anything. And you can ask someone to like if you want to keep your camera off. But yeah, we have real-time Zoom support available. So you go into your account at the bottom left, click on, and there's a button you will see jump on a live Zoom call. So there'll be someone on
oh,
the other
awesome.
side. Yeah, answer. And you don't have to schedule anything for that.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That's a huge
Yeah.
improvement. Also, like the chat, most of the time, great. There would be times I couldn't get anyone till the next day or something like that. But I know there's ups and downs with staff and things like that, but or availability or their training or whatever. Another thing though that was also a big blessing is the website. I had my website with a CRM that I was using. That's not a CRM. It's really was more like a lead generator. It was a lead
Okay.
generator, and they just had a free website with it. But then the rules coming down with the text message, you have to have this language in
Right.
it, and um, it didn't. I would have had to find out how to code it myself. So then I
Right.
looked into ReSimpli's website, which is included, and of course, I remember reading that all of that was included already. So then I switched that over. I had some issues with that just because my own technical issues. And I got a chat thing with someone from ReSimpli and they helped me through that and it's all up and running just fine.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes with texting in last 6 months or so, and there's more coming down the road, I'm afraid. So yeah.
Yeah.
Desiree, what are your future goals and how do you see ReSimpli helping you achieve those goals?
So our goals have kind of stayed the same, but the pace has changed because we're still so new. We're just being very conservative. We haven't stopped altogether, but we kind of have put the brakes a little bit because um, we thought we were going full steam ahead and then all this stuff happened and we kind of got a little burned. And so we're taking that more slower but more intentional approach, more personal approach. And so we still have the goals of being very choosy about taking on some rentals. Like we're still looking for our first ideal one, but the inventory has been low, has not been great. We would like to just do it ourselves though. Like, we're looking at each property that we're looking at making an offer on, we're looking at for potential for ourselves. Like
Right.
I don't call myself a wholesaler because we are wanting to do all of it. And so like I may do a seller finance deal or a subject to for myself if I feel like it's going to cash flow, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, final question. What would you say to someone who's listening to this and is on the fence about using REsimpli in their business?
Well, there's the basically 3 months trial, I think, or 2 week. I can't remember what you guys
Yeah,
are doing now, but at
30
the
day,
time,
30-day
yeah,
trial.
yeah. And there's all of the support, even more so now than before. But it's extremely simple. So, like, if time is a thing, and most people who get started like me, a lot of them are working full time. They don't have all this extra time to do their investing business. And so if time is a premium, I really don't understand why they wouldn't just learn one thing,
Yeah,
that has the support and it's very user friendly. Like
absolutely.
it's kind of click and go, which I love that too. And I just kind of get bogged down when okay, like call tools, great. If you can ever master that, more power to you. But like I'm not trying to get a degree in technology. It's not user friendly at all. The language that is used for voicemail, they use
Yeah,
PBX or something weird like that.
yeah,
Doesn't even sound like voicemail.
yeah.
So,
No, it's when
yeah.
a software is built for everyone, then it ends up being good for no one. Like our software recently is built just for real estate investors. So we use the language that real estate investors know. Yeah.
Okay, so that I appreciate too. And in fact, when I switched to REsimpli, I told my class about it constantly. So I promoted it quite a bit because
Thank
I mean
you.
they're paying for like two or three things and piecing it together and all of that. So,
Absolutely. Desiree, thank you so much for coming on the call and sharing your experience. I really appreciate your time.
okay, thank you.